we're now joined by security specialist Dr. Yahuza Getso bin Ahmed. Thank you so much for joining us on Newsnight.
Thank you very much. Thank you, viewers, for having the time.
Great. So when you hear Nigeria's air chief say the withdrawal of Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali, otherwise now known as the AES, Alliance of Sahel States, their withdrawal has placed additional burden on Nigeria when it comes to security matters. How much of a burden are we talking about? And do we really have the capacity and capability to bridge the gap that the AES has created?
Well, actually, I want to first of all commend the Chief of Air Staff for being bold and for speaking the truth and for making reference to what I have said in the year 2012. And in the year 2017, before the Committee of the National Security and Intelligence of the Nigeria's Senate, I made mention a statement in the 2022 of the same before the House Committee on National Security and Intelligence. So this is just making reference to what I have said earlier. I have warned and I have cautioned Nigeria, even at a time when some diplomatic tussle started between Nigeria and Niger, and that of the issue of pulling out of some eco states, which involve Mali, Niger, Cameroon, and the rest, Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali. Yeah. And now Chad is preparing to also. Yes, of course, it will definitely have an effect. You know, in anything you are doing, you need a partnership. And your neighbor, in any business you are doing, your neighbor come first before even your relationship. Before your parent affair, when you have an issue, it is your neighbor. So that relationship between the neighborhood has been affecting. And the competitiveness nature of which has been started in the couple since the the emergence of the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the president, the tussle that started between Nigerian and that of Nigeria have really affected both the Nigerian Army and the Nigerian Air Force. Not only the Air Force it affected. And the issue of license or use of AER drones by the terrorists, this is something I have been talking about since the year 2009, 2011, 2017, 2019, and 2003. Even before the exit of the last Buhari administration, few weeks to the time of their exit, I have made mention before the chairman of the Senate committee, Mr. Abdullahi Sokoto, he is still alive. He knew that we discussed this, and I made a submission, and the inability of the government to manipulate and maneuver and review those submissions that people of my alike have been doing is part of the reasons why we're having these challenges. So I commend the chief.
Yeah. Tap into your wealth of knowledge in terms of some of the recommendations that you made. I would like to hear that, and also your reaction to the Chief of Air Staff, Hassan Abubakar, Air Marshal Hassan Abubakar, saying, look, there's a need for a comprehensive and integrated counter-unmanned aerial vehicle system to provide, protect troops and air assets. And I'm wondering, what exactly will this counter-unmanned aerial vehicles do?
We have made a lot of advocacies during the process of budget documentation when the Nigerian Air Force and all the service chiefs, and even through the Ministry of Defense, through both the junior minister, the senior minister, and all other intelligence agencies, I have made a lot of advocacies for the need for Nigeria to invest hugely in terms of technology. And investing into technology, that's what it means. It means that the government and the chief of the Nigerian Air Force is now taking it very serious. So government is hearing it from the horse's mouth. And I hope the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration will take it more serious. Otherwise, if we didn't take it more serious, more of Nigerian army will be slaughtered and will be injured and will be ambushed and killed. Because I believe in the inception, after appointing the Minister of Defense and the service chiefs, there was an initial trips to Turkey and many other countries in respect to on how Nigeria is expected to invest into those aerial drones and other things. So I wish and I hope Nigerian government will take it more serious and now the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, under the leadership of Malam Badr Abubakar, the Minister of Defense, and that of the Chief of Defense Staff and the service chiefs, they work hard, hand in hand, to ensure that they multiply and implement all those agreements with countries that have those rich capacities in terms of aerial drone. I'm very sure that Nigeria have the ability, Nigeria have the capacity, and Nigeria can deal with any security challenge in the entire African nations. Nigeria have demonstrated that during IBB, during Abacha and the rest of, there are a number of activities Nigeria have
But what seems to be missing now?
Probably there may be an internal sabotage which need to be dealt with, and also there is need to redouble effort on who is given responsibility and who is being held accountable for that responsibility.
Great.
And at the same time, we need to also look into the issues related to allegations on corruption, on how we are implementing the budget release and the rest of it.
All right, very quickly, I just wanted to ask you, because the Air Chief did talk about the lapses we are seeing with the withdrawal of the AES and the Multinational Joint Task Force, the threat of withdrawal. Currently, Nigeria has a bilateral security arrangement with Niger. I wonder what your take is on that. How effective is that? And do you think that's something we should have with other countries along the Sahel?
Absolutely. If Nigeria is not taking that serious, then we don't know. Nobody will tell you probably there is a limitation or time or scope for when we are going to win the war against the terror. Right. Because that retainership and that partnership, that collaboration, that corroboration and working together and memorandum of understanding is very, very necessary. Nigeria cannot do it alone. And those countries that are falling out of ECOWAS cannot also manage the internal security and territorial integrity, and they cannot be able to man the pressure within, especially the rebels in Niger, the rebel in Mali, and the ISWAP part of it in other countries, within those countries who are working hard, especially the Chad that is preparing to now pull out.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll have to say thank you very much, Dr. Yahuza Getso bin Ahmed, security specialist. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, viewers, and thank you for giving the time to speak.